Our decision right now is about what we're going to eat. What? I can't talk. The problem is that I'm vegetarian and Nick wants a burger, and unfortunately the place that's closest to us with burgers decides that even their salads needs to have meat in it. Has the meats. We have to go grocery shopping for our New Year's Eve party that we're having. I'm making some deliciousness, so I need some recipes. I mean, not recipes, foods, ingredients. That's what it's called. I have the Thug Kitchen cookbook.
You can't.
I'm terrible today. Just horrible. You know what I decided?
Huh.
I'm gonna interview people.
Vlog now. Here. Wait, let me zoom in. We will talk to you guys once the party starts. I don't even know if this is in frame.
No. You're too short.
Ember, what are you?
I'm an electric eel riding a war dolphin. I can generate a force field while masturbating.
I'm one of those really expensive sex dolls.
Oh my.
With no arms.
Okay.
Always having an orgasm.
Yeah.
Well, if you're a really expensive sex doll, I assume that there's electronics involved. So my war dolphin would take me in, nice and fast, and I'd set up a charge to disable the electronics within her, body. I would then furiously masturbate to get a force field up just in case of repercussions. Come on, I need to Google genitalia for eels.
You're doing what?
Googling genitalia for electric eels. This is leading me to places that I don't want to go. Search on.
No, she.
The power of my orgasm.
She's in perpetual motion.
Yeah, I was gonna say. She's one of those watches where if you shake it, it just keeps going.
Yeah, one of those ones that you charge up by.
So if you try to destroy me by going inside, then you're just fueling the fire.
I still have my force field up, which is actually taking most of my focus, so I have to send my war dolphin after you.
Okay.
But this is getting complicated. Like, the dolphin would just pretty much have to bash you to death.
Feel my orgasm.
How do you defeat a sex doll?
I don't know, if that dolphin comes after me, then again, I can I'm the expensive sex doll, I can take a licking. So I'm thinking that with the power of my orgasm, I'll distract your dolphin, and then you'll get distracted by your dolphin.
The rhythmic thumping is stopped beneath me.
And you won't be able to keep up your force field, and then I'll headbutt you.
Run and leap onto the back of my horse, giving everyone an even better view of Genghis Khan's enormous exposed breasts. I go like this to address the cheering of the crowd.
So my internet trolls, however, are caught on this whole idea that the more they get in the way of something, the better it is. So my horse will just jump in front of you, yelling things like tits or GTFO. Caps locks are all taped down on all of the keyboards. So even if you did run through me, you would slip and your horse would break its leg and fall on you.
Oh.
And you would drown under your ginormous tits.
You're now an enormous pool of lube, surrounded by millions of turned-on 4chan
Oh dear
boys.
God.
You get put to work.
Mr. Rogers is not like his neighbors anymore.
Far away neighbor.
I lost that one.
But yeah, carbon.
I'm just thinking of like water-based because I use water-based.
Hi.
Hi.
How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Doing just fine.
Excellent. How long have you been a superhero?
About 12 years now.
12 years. Is that hard?
No, it really isn't.
No? What's your MO?
Wow.
Modus operandi. Generally eviscerations. The particular obnoxious ones I personally prefer gasoline and matches.
But how do you feel that the Chinese government feels about that?
I'm sure they don't really care for me.
Where's your main base of operations?
I can't tell you that.
And what's your superhero name?
I can't tell you that either.
Rockland's man, the sharp witness.
See, the problem is that because some particular people in the higher echelons of government don't agree with the way that I do things, there's kind of 20 or 30 warrants out for me.
And so as a superhero with a lot of warrants against you, how do you feel about Teletubbies?
They all deserve the gasoline and the match.
So you've heard it here first, folks. Teletubbies are villains that deserve gasoline and matches.
So I think they should have done fictional weapons so that they could find weapons that would fit in a boy's anus head.
Do Nerf guns count as real guns?
They do when you mod them like me and my friends used to.
So what they're gonna do is they're gonna actually pull out their blindfolds and they're gonna blindfold themselves and continue using them heat-seeking missiles at you and continue firing in your general direction with the same weapons. They're gonna spot. Sorry, no, they're blindfolded.
So they're blindfolded. I've got a bag of puppies. I throw the puppies into their midst, like just sort of toss. All but one, I'll keep one. And I will push my cat skull barricade forward. Start hosing down blindfolded Boy Scouts.
I hear that you were 10 owls once.
So that was the last round.
Still am.
How does that feel?
Fairly good, except, 1/10 of me is a disclet.
Explain disclet.
Arnold Schwarzenegger was hiding in the Pope-mobile, and he smushed one of my owls. Arnie's kind of an asshole, and I really don't think he cared.
I can see that.
Yeah, I really think owls are the underestimated species.
Do you think the next Pope should be an owl?
I think it should be a ninja owl.
One last question. How do owls feel about the current political climate as far as tradesmen go?
Face rate. Fluffy face rate. That's it.
That solves all the problems. Justin Trudeau, send owls in to solve the Albertan tradesman problems.
I will take my job!
You heard it here first, folks. It's a solution. I don't know. We should try it. So I'm here with the first ever Shark Man.
Owl took my gerb.
An owl. What was your job before the owl took it?
I stuck metal to metal.
Was
It was
this
underwater.
Underwater welding, essentially, as a Shark Man.
No welding.
No welding. You just
I
stuck
them
it?
together.
Were magnets involved?
No.
No.
Lots of spit and barnacles.
That actually sounds really legit.
Because barnacles, they got that little sticky paste they use? Yeah, I use that, stuck metal to metal. So I can build my underground kingdom.
Oh, alright. Were you born part shark?
Yeah.
Yeah? Mother's side or father's side?
Well, it's my father's side.
Your father's side.
It was interesting. It was out in Fino, and she was surfing, and they started courting each other because she was out there all the time.
I hear that about Tofino surfers, actually, that they're always on the waves.
They are always on the waves. and
Always on the waves.
So they started courting, so they fell in love. So they had a good time under the pier once, and
And that's how that happened.
that's how that happened.
So tell me very truthfully, I want candor here.
Yeah.
As a shark man,
Yeah.
what are your feelings on the Queen of England?
I'm okay with her.
Yeah?
Yeah, because she owns only the dolphins, from what I hear,
Dolphins, excellent.
and the geese.
That makes sense, actually.
Fuck the geese!
Fuck the geese.
And the geese sometimes land on the water, and she allows us to eat them because it's natural selection. So I'm okay with her.
That works. The opinions of specs here are not necessarily the opinions of Whispered or Average Giants, but those being interviewed. So Odin, I hear that you're a cat. How does that go? Oh, wait. Why aren't you talking to me? So Odin, I hear that You're not very used to being in the public eye, are you?
No, I don't like it.
But you're a very charismatic cat.
I am. I'm very pretty. Look at me.
You only have one eye though. What happened to your one eye?
Well, I fought this god, and he tore out my eye, but I killed him.
Did you ever get revenge?
I did. I killed him.
Are you praying currently? Because you seem very determined not to look at me.
Yeah, I don't like cameras, so I like to look away from them to see if I'm more like majestic.
Hi, so I'm here with, what was your name? Jockstrap,
MacGillicutty.
MacGillicutty.
Sometimes I cut the jock and just call it Gill.
Or just
Gillstrap.
Gillstrap.
I'm on TV!
You're
I'm on computer TV!
So, how long has it been since you became...
Like 5 years. I don't know. I like being a fish though.
Sir, you may have broken the internet. So I understand that you survived the Death Star attack.
I did survive the Death Star attack, but it was an inside job, I swear!
And who do you think orchestrated it?
Darth Vader and the Emperor. See, Darth Vader was just happened to be in his ship at the
Stop
time.
that man! He's speaking heresy!
At the time that the Death Star was blown up, and he obviously knew Luke Skywalker, so you know it was an inside job. And Palpatine, he kept reading to those children for 5 minutes.
Do you have any documentaries that you would like to point us to? Maybe about fish?
Yes, ask Gill-strap. You will have those documentaries.
You heard it here,
Fire
folks.
smashes!
Fire matches, Gillstrap, and the Death Star. What do they have in common?
It's an inside job!
We'll find out. I heard you didn't have arms for a while.
I didn't. I replaced them with nubs that I can expand
What was it
into
like being
whatever
a
I
sex
wanted.
boss?
I had the options for installs.
Okay.
So if I wanted to put a chainsaw on one side, I could. Or not, if I wanted to put a non-venomous tentacle on the other, I could. Or I could have 2 octopus tentacles.
Do you regret choosing
asking
arms
people why they're sex
Choosing
bots.
arms?
instead of a chainsaw?
Oh, I got a good one, but I gotta wait till that's done.
Or a flounder?
Flounder.
Flounder?
Would be
Like
good.
the fish?
Like a fish. Strap.
Yeah, Gillstrap, I believe. Gillstrap McGee is all about the fish.
Gillstrap MacGillicutty!
Gillstrap McGillicutty. Speaking of opinions, as a once armless, chainsaw-armed, tentacle-armed person, sex doll,
They don't have a choice.
Yo, pray.
what is your opinion
Really nasty one is gonna be one
on the current atmosphere on YouTube involving what's it called? Flappy Bird.
Well,
Traitor.
it's a little hard to play Flappy Bird without arms.
Do you play with your toes?
Could.
I was like, we're gonna do this.
I already know on that last mission.
You heard it here first, folks. Orgasming makes it hard to play Flappy Bird. So, I hear you guys like Genghis Khan titties.
Yeah, it's because we're conjoined twins.
Just him.
Oh, okay. How long have you been conjoined twins?
Since shortly after we were born.
Did it happen spontaneously or in the womb?
We're not
choice.
really sure. We think the doctors might have stitched us together.
He asked for it. I was asleep.
Yeah, because we weren't. Well, we're not really twins. You know, we're just conjoined. Like, you know, we're into different
mothers.
But then they stitched us together to turn us into conjoined twins because they don't have enough conjoined twins to really study the phenomena.
Are you guys still conjoined?
Yeah, big toe.
Big toe.
That's why we're far apart.
Kisses! No kisses! Conjoined twins have brought in the new year. You heard it here first. They're stitched together by their big toes, and they're the reason. Did they kiss?
It was
What?
his choice.
It was his choice to kiss. Hi. Hi. So I understand that you make your career
I'm not
being
doing anything.
not a gigolo, but a jello gigolo. So you pimp out jello to people.
Gigolo.
I kind of do. Oh, yeah. So what's your favorite flavor?
But I'm new.
Or do you-
raspberry.
Blue raspberry.
100%
Is that a popular flavor among the women and men that you service? Not you personally. Your Jello services.
It's like I don't service anybody.
Yeah.
No, it's not very popular.
Now, what's the most popular flavor?
Cherry.
Of cherry. That actually makes a lot of sense. I dropped my card on the floor. Sorry. So, do you add whipped cream?
No.
No. Just straight up Jello.
Yep, just straight up Jello.
Do you make it yourself, or do you have people that do that for you?
No, I hire people to do that.
Is there a specific process for hiring out Jello
Ask me if I was a trader.
for jiggling?
Every time I play this game,
People just say they want the Jello and then they get the Jello.
Is it expensive?
Very.
So as a Jello gigolo, what is your opinion
Fuck you.
on Miley Cyrus?
That's 1 of 4 compared
She
to
came
your
in on
4
the
of
wrecking
4.
ball.
She needs to leave on her wrecking ball.
You heard it here first. Jello gigolos think Miley Cyrus needs to leave on a wrecking ball. There are traitors everywhere, and you can't trust anyone. Things are tense here in the Canadian Geese Embassy.
Those two!
The weird thing is that
There are traitors in the midst of this mission, and arguments are breaking out as we speak. It could result in violence, but we aren't quite certain yet. Things seem to be calming down as they're about to send a mission. Oh, did the mission fail? Is this?
Yes.
The mission has failed twice. Things are going to heat up again here. I don't think it's safe to be on camera any longer. The reactions here are visceral and human.
No, there's parties.
So 2015 has come to an end. And it's been a lot of fun tonight. I hope you enjoyed the interviews. I feel like I need to say something important about the past year. I had a lot of hopes for it, and they didn't all work out. And not everything that I wanted to happen happened, but a lot of really great things did. I turned 30 this year, so it's a big year for me, I guess. It was a little scary in that there's a lot of things people tell you need to accomplish by the time you're 30, and I didn't accomplish a lot of those things, but I think that that's okay, because you know what, I've got other things going on for me, and life is good, and it's not everything that everybody thinks that it should be, but that's okay. You know, life doesn't always have to be what the world tells you it has to be. So 2015, I had huge hopes for it, but the problem I think with New Year's is that it's just a day, you know, like sure it marks a brand new year, but tomorrow will mark the start of a year after that. There's a whole new 365 days coming up every day, and we treat this one day as if it's going to change everything by the time this year is up, and that somehow it magically starts something. I mean, then that can be great because it can inspire, but at the same time I think we overwhelm ourselves and we put too much into what we think it should be, and we miss out on some of the great things. I had a great year and had a great night, and I'm gonna really feel it tomorrow because I'm already feeling it now. But yeah, I will see you all in 2016. By the time this goes up, it will already have been 2016 for a while, so no surprise there. I'm tired. But hey, here's a kitty. Happy New Year, everybody.